Hello guys, welcome to Adda's chat on Cinema Adda. We have here the writer and the director of Middle Class Melodies, which is a sleeper hit just streaming on Amazon Prime. The director of the movie and also the screenplay co-writer Vinod, and then Janardhan, who is the writer of the story.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you for having us.
Firstly, I wanted to start by thanking you for giving us such a beautiful movie. It's been a while since we saw such a heartwarming story, that too coming from a region that's so close to me personally.
Oh my
Thank,
God.
thank you.
The story of so many characters, and you can't really tell it from one person's point of view. So when you had to pitch this story, what was the pitch line of the story?
So it was not like pitching, proper pitching. It's like when me and Vinod sat together, we already have the title. So I was having a different story for Middle Class Melodies previously, but we thought of writing different stories each other. So I'll be writing my story, Vinod will be writing his story like that. Once whatever the story that I have taken, that one was having a good scope to explore multiple people. That time it was not like a log line or a pitch kind of thing. It was just like a story of Raghava surrounded by his family, where he tries to excel in Guntur by putting a hotel there. The selling point of his as Bombay chutney, um, and the biggest hurdle for him is his father, because his father does not trust him. How he overcomes that situation, then how he succeeds there. The world was there basically. It was
Right.
the world that I narrated in the beginning.
When you knew that there was these many characters, and especially almost 10 major characters that are getting fleshed out into full-blown characters, what were the challenges you faced in terms of the screenplay?
Yeah,
Right.
that is the most difficult part here in the writing because we have plenty of material, we have plenty of characters, and all of them are important because here it's not, as Janardhan said, it's not just about Raghava, right? It is about the world, it is about the middle class families and the people who are there in that world. So we need to give equal importance to everyone, and giving equal importance is a bit of a problem because it can go wrong in many ways. Audience can get confused to whom to follow. But what we were clear about from the beginning is this story has to be told in this way. Only then what we were aiming the you said, right, it's a heartwarming story about the place and the world.
Right.
So that effect will come only if it is told in this way. While writing the screenplay, it was a very big challenge to maintain the balance. We should not get too indulged in the characters.
So audience at some point has to follow one story surrounded by other stories, right? So the biggest decision is like by following Raghava's story, how can we bring up this middle class uh, atmosphere? Like how Raghava will get impacted by other activities done by other people in that village.
Because this story is set up in a particular region, Guntur region, or the villages around it, we have seen that happening off late. Some regional stories, and thankfully, you both being from that place, you know it a lot, and you got your experiences from there. But what are the advantages or disadvantages of picking a story which is regional?
I don't think there are any disadvantages. It is all good only because it point where it starts, it gives a fresh feel to the story. It gives a fresh flavor to the story, and when we are confined to this metropolitan cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Vizag, we get limited by the variety of characters which we deal in. Stories are set in few particular cities.
Right.
But when we go to local regions, rural places, the spectrum becomes very vibrant, right? So that helps in fact. Actually, some people might say that the slang will become very local, and other region people will get disconnected from it, but I don't think so, because all that matters is the story, and all that matters is the soul of the film.
Right.
When the audience identify the soul, and when they get connected to it, they don't mind watching the other slang also, because see, we are watching Malayalam cinema and we are
Right.
liking it. We are watching Korean dramas and we are liking it. It's an different language altogether, but still we are getting connected to it, right?
Right.
So I don't think there is any disadvantages of going local.
Okay.
It's all good only.
When I did one interview with the Gatham movie team, the director of that movie was also a debutant. I asked him, if you pick a genre like thriller or rom-com, which one is easier in doing as your debut? How do you think about this theory?
See, at the end of the day, any story will have characters. At the end of the day, audience will travel only with the characters.
Right.
Even it's a horror movie or it's a thriller or any movie, audience connect to a character and they travel with it. That's it. So if it's a thriller, we put some character into some difficult situation, thrilling situation, and then we follow that character. Same happens with rom-coms and dramas also. Some characters doing something and then drama happening or comedy happening, right? So we have to create interesting characters, and we have to get the audience hooked to them. That is a basic thing we have to do anyhow. Choosing the genre for a debut film all depends on the individual, all depends on the filmmaker. I personally wanted to have my first film such a story where I can give my 100%, where I can have the originality factor, unique factor, because this story, before this story, me and Jonathan worked on some horror psychological thrillers also. But when it came to this story, I knew that this story is set in Guntur and this story is set in a middle class world, and we both are from that world. So I thought we have that advantage. When it comes to other genres, we don't have that advantage. That originality factor is not there. Right. But when it comes to this story, I know what I'm dealing with. Pakka, 100% I know what I'm dealing with. Right. So I thought, okay, this has an advantage over other genres. So I can be more confident while doing the debut. So that's how we pick this thing.
Okay. You picked on a story that was written by a different writer. So it's so refreshing to see two young people collaborate with each other. How did that chemistry work, and especially for this movie and the story?
Yeah, actually collaborations are rare, but now it is changing, because I personally think when filmmakers or artists, they don't collaborate, they tend to restrict themselves. Because after doing one film or another film, they get stale, they get restricted, they get confined to their own space of thoughts. Okay, so we have to be open to be collaborations. Coming to Janardhan, before we started collaborating, we were friends actually. So we know each other from college, we worked each other, we know our personal lives and all, so we share many things. So that trust is the foundation for any collaboration. See, when it comes to collaborating with somebody, we have to let go of our egos, right? So when I say something, he should be open to say that this is bullshit, and I should be open to accept it.
Right.
When I get hurt, if he contradicts with my opinion, then there is no collaboration. Okay. So we have that open space between us, where we can both criticize and compliment each other actually.
And help each other also.
Yeah. so that worked because we were friends and we were in same wavelengths. So that really helped the movie, and that really helped me personally also to realize what I can do. And uh, we are planning to continue this. Not planning, we are just continuing this also.
I wanted to talk a bit about the opening. Even before the movie opens, it starts with dialogues. There's a conversation that's happening about the housewarming, and then everybody is waiting for the ఆవు పేడ వేయడానికి అందరూ వెయిట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. సో అక్కడి నుంచి you get to see these characters who don't even continue to be shown in the movie, but still you're hooked because the dialogues are working there. So
Right.
I wanted to know, like, that particular starting, was that a writer input or a direction choice?
Before coming to that point, actually, it's not the dialogue that worked there, it's the setting. It's the concept of that housewarming and having that outbeda scene is what that worked. The dialogue came seamlessly, actually.
Yeah.
So the idea is the key point there. Before writing this particular scene, we were having a different version, like in the point of view of Anjia.
Okay.
Entire characters will get introduced in the point of view of Anjia through his cycle. So that was 20 minutes long. So we know that we have to introduce the characters, but before introducing the characters, we have to tell audience what our film is about. So by the first scene, they should know that, okay, it's about middle class life. So we were thinking about a very good scene that will hook the audience in the beginning itself. So Vinod shared this incident of his friends, my friend also, Rahul's grandmom, when they were planning to, so basically, Baman Pike తీసుకెళ్ళడం అనేది he told. We kind of thought that this could be the best beginning that we can get. And then I was very sure that we should engage the audience from the beginning itself. From the special times, whenever I see movies, I tend to forward that.
Right.
We don't want to happen that with our movie.
Right.
From the page one, okay, they should be indulged in the middle class life. So that was a very cautious decision. And once this Bama thing happened, we know that it is a housewarming thing. And then this all came together. It's not a big problem.
Kudos to your dialogues, really. Time and again, you've been doing those dialogues, which are hilarious, emotional. They're giving all sorts of reactions, minute conversations. Like, for example, in that tiffin center, they talk about Trump and his policies on immigration and how they are actually using it as politics. Those cares that you took, that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
So how much of it was it from the real life characters or situations, and how much was it creation?
So the village characters that you see, Kondal Rao, Lakshmi, Mallikarjun Rao, Gopal, so that entire village characters are completely real life based. The characterizations, I'm not talking about the story, but the characterizations are completely from real life. Nageswara is completely fictional, but Gautami it's also characterization only, the life basically. It came from a nearby house of Vinod's, the setting basically. And then earlier we didn't have Gopal's story with this kind of thing. We were sure that that Gopal should not be a sidekick.
Right.
As a hero friend, right? So he has to have an arc, he has to have an ending, everything he has to have. But most of the characters are real life only.
Okay.
Characterizations, I'll say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good that you brought that point. There are no tropes used anywhere, be it for comedy or for drama. Like, for example, you mentioned about the friend's character. The friend has his own journey and his own character and his own love interest, and the love interest has her own journey. And even the drama, there is no particular scene specially done just because you have to make it emotional. Like the conversations the mother and father has are so beautiful and heart touching that unknowingly I became emotional listening to the mother character speak. So, was it deliberate in terms of the treatment to keep it as natural as possible?
Yeah.
Deliberate, intentional. We wanted it that way.
What are the differences? So middle class life, how do we see in normal movies and how we need to show? So that was completely deliberate. Yeah.
from the beginning, so that was very clear for us because we don't want the audience to feel that they are watching a movie. We want them to feel that it is happening in their own house.
Right.
So from that decision, all these things come up. How to treat it, how the dialogue should be, how the character should behave, and what the character should wear. Everything comes from that decision. We wanted to make it cinematic, we can make it cinematic. But we wanted it to feel like real life. So that's where all these decisions come from.
Right. This movie is a bundle of so many beautiful scenes. Especially, I want to talk about these few scenes that caught my attention and felt so good. Um, so Sandhya tries to stop the registration. His phone recharge center where the uncle is so slow. Was there any reference of Zootopia anywhere? Because I asked this because a lot of people started putting memes and
Yeah, I watched Zootopia when it released in theater, but when writing that scene, Zootopia didn't come into my mind. There is a milk booth here in near our house, and we see those general this slow motion uncles in kirana shops and milk booths, right? We generally see them, right? We'll be in a hurry, and suddenly he'll be very slow. He'll be jaded, and he'll not focus on us. So that kind of frustration we get, right? That's a everyday thing we experience. That was our reference, not Zootopia. But after writing that, we thought, oh, this is very similar to Zootopia, and people are going to call it like that. But we thought it is realistic, right? So we thought let's leave it like that. We didn't want to change it.
And also that climax scene, which starts off as a chain reaction, character to character to character.
We want a sequence where we can see, because till that point, all the story arcs are there all over the place, right? We wanted one sequence where we can connect everything and we have a singular conclusion to everything. So that's where we conceived this auto sequence. Okay, this whole sequence.
It worked because that's where the pace of movie gradually changes, right? It makes you keep guessing what's going to happen with all these people. Talk about Bombay Chutney. When you first thought about the story, was this planned to be used as a metaphor, or was this to make it, like a tool character to revolve around?
So it was just organic thing that has come. It's not like a metaphor or anything. He might be good for his own village, okay.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Guntur, the scale is bigger. Every alternate state has this food-related stuff, so everyone will do good. If you observe the dialogue of the mother, it's not like Bombay chutney or board chutney, right? So it's the taste that you get when you put your 100% effort and do on that work. So that's the essence basically. So he is overconfident, that is for sure. So that overconfidence has bring him to put a hotel in Guntur by thinking that everyone will get in a queue to eat his Bombay chutney. So that's the problem with him, and that was dealt by Sanjay.
Anand actually cooking that, it's so organic, as if the director or the writer already knew how to cook it.
Yeah, we did our homework. I should know what I'm treating, right? So I practiced a little bit, and Anand also practiced how to make it. So that's all.
This last scene, almost to the end, where Raghava asks that go check out about canteen, and you come there as a guest appearance, and then you say about this place that there is this tiffin center, and then akkada Bombay chutney baga chestaru. So that's a moment for him to get a validation. For you both, what was that moment of validation for this movie, that you knew that yes, we arrived?
For me personally, few days back, Sangeetam Srinivasarao garu called me.
Wow.
So he was he spoke for so long, and he mentioned each and every detail of the movie. He was curious like a child. He was curious like a kid, and he asked me, "How did you make that scene? How did you write that scene? Was that in the writing, or was that during the edit part you took the decision?" That was the moment of validation for me. Okay, this man who made such great films, he identified some quality in my movie that he thought he should ask me, right? So that was the moment where I felt, okay, my movie is doing good. Yeah, we did a good job. So
I was almost crying and had this goosebumps moment when Vinod forwarded that audio of his. It was like I was fan of this Bhairav Dvipam, Aditya 369, Pushpak Vimanam, so many movies of him. Every genre is completely different, and it was like the best compliment. Like, yeah.
Awesome. You both, I heard that you're voracious readers of books. You mentioned that there is a gap between world of books and world of cinema, and it gives you ample scope to bridge that gap. How important is it to bridge that gap?
I think it is very important because I think because we lost the connection with literature as audience and as filmmakers, we lost the connection with life. Our cinema doesn't reflect life. Cinema has become so artificial and so unrealistic that we stopped getting inspired from it. We stopped getting looking ourselves on screen. Actually,
Right.
we stopped looking ourselves on screen. We know that we are watching cinema. We know that we are paying some $1,000 for some cheap and high for 2 hours, and that too very rarely we get satisfied with the movie which we are watching, right? I think that is happening because we lost connection with literature and life in general. So I think when we read a lot of literature, we tend to see life as it is, and we tend to see different aspects of life. Actually, we see multi-dimensional characters. We see realistic situations. We see realistic dilemmas between the characters. So that translates into a very good cinema and rich cinema, actually. So I think it is necessary to have read some, at least some of the literature in Telugu. We have world-class literature in Telugu, or at least we should have the tendency to observe real life, to create stories, not to create stories from already existing cinema stories. We have to make stories from real life stories. That I think is very important.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. That brings
Yeah.
me to my favorite character of the movie, Kondalrao. It was such a revelation to see a full-blown character of a father who is like a dynamite. I mean, ready to blast any minute and unabashed to use any words he can. That felt so natural to me.
Characterization I have put from various sources, like my father, and there is this guy called Raghavarao near to my house, on whom I have actually incorporated all these shoutings. The dialogues part, most of them are my father's or my uncles or Raghavara's. So many dialogues. We know that it is morning because Raghavarao was shouting.
Right.
And then I came to that dialogue like Code Kotkala Matki, that kind of dialogues. Double Jayartha Munda is like every father uses that word, I think.
Right.
So
Right.
majority of the dialogues and all came from the real life only.
Right.
That is the cautious decision that we should not use any cinematic dialogues. So if you see where Kondalrao enjoys the taste of Raghava's chutney, after that we have a scope to have a dialogue between Kondalrao and Raghava, saying that your chutney is good or something, some good. But that was the most challenging scene for me to write. Because it should not sound philosophical, it should not sound
Right.
underwhelming also.
Right.
Should fit the bill basically. And one more challenge which we rewrote a lot of times was when Kondalrao goes to Nageswara's house for a match. I think if you look at the conversations, it's very awkward. It's very difficult to write. It has a very good chance of going wrong. That's where Kondalrao's character has helped me a lot to play with actually. The crack there is like Kondalrao's characterization only. It came from
Thankfully, the actor, Mr. Ramana, who played it, so he brought so much life to that character, and it almost feels like he's Kondal Rao. So, Vinod, when you were working with Mr. Ramana, what were your inputs? Because I know he's from the same village, but how much of it did he bring to the character, and how much was it that you had to nuance a bit wherever needed?
Uh, he was such a brilliant actor. It doesn't feel like he's bringing something new actually. He just does it.
Right.
No homework needed. No, I need not give many inputs to him also. Maybe because of his experience from theater, maybe because he played these kind of characters multiple times. I don't know. I only thing I had to tell him was to tone down a bit. This movie is a bit different. We are treating it in a natural way. Everything else, he was right into the character. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, I mean, he was perfect. Another character who brought that authenticity is the character of Nageshwar Rao, played by, I think, Prem Sagar.
Prem
But
Sagar
I
gar.
didn't find, I know you were deliberate to look for not so known faces for this movie. Yeah, and he was also such a revelation.
Yeah, he is a fantastic actor actually. Same thing. He too knew what the character is. He too knew the dialect. I don't know. There are brilliant actors, man. Actually, I don't know why people are not searching for them. They're not looking out for them. I don't know. There are brilliant actors. These actors, I'll tell you. I didn't have any problem with any of the actors, main actors who are there in the movie. Everybody knew what I'm expecting. Everybody knew their characters from the script page itself. I didn't need to explain them also. They gave the right expressions. They were very professional and they're very natural. I hope Telugu cinema realizes that we have so much talent in these regions, and I hope they just pick them out actually.
But this process of identifying or not so known actors, but yet they are experienced, is that a more rigorous exercise?
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort because we are doing it for the first time, or we're doing this is not done regularly, because generally what we do, we call a casting manager. We give him that we need, this is the look and this is the age group we are looking for. He'll send some profiles and we'll pick from one from them, not leaving the office.
Right.
Okay, so that is the general process, but we had to go to Krishna, Guntur, Prakasam districts. We have to go to villages. We have to find the contacts who can bring us all these theater actors at one place. We had to audition them, record them. We have to go through all these auditions. We have to go for a second round audition. Then we have to bring them and train them to cinema format, because they are used to this theater format, right? So we have to train them to the cinema format. So this is a process. This took some 3 to 4 months for us, but the fruits are good, right? So I think this is that was needed.
Yeah.
fantastic casting.
Yeah, perfectly. Really, I felt that one character that I didn't feel justice was done.
I know what you're
Gautami's
talking.
Gautami's character, because we wanted to see so much more of her. She was so
Okay.
so good.
Okay.
And the character was so natural, and the performance of Divya as well was so beautiful that we felt like it needed some more length. The track of Gopal and Gautami.
Yeah, I have that feeling too.
Right.
Yeah.
Because see, what happens is when we write some story and when we make it, it becomes something else, something different actually. So it comes from the actors, it comes from the locations also. So actors add so much value to the script and the characters that we can't judge it on paper.
Right.
Initially when we wrote Gautami, we had this feeling that this character is very interesting and very rooted, but we didn't have space to flesh it out.
Right.
If we had half an hour more of the movie, we will have that space to go into her character also, but you
Yes.
see, because we have to balance so many things,
Yes.
we have to cut few things. Actually, Gautami has a few more scenes also which we have cut.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Another character we talked about is Gopal's character. The actor,
Mm.
he was also a new and such a good find. That brings me to the lead actors. These are the two actors who are actually outside your world in reality. But what made you feel that they can do the justice?
When I met Anand, he looks wise, I thought he's perfect. He doesn't look heroic. He doesn't look bulky.
Mhm.
Only thing I was not sure was the accent, whether he can pull it off or not, because he has a predominant Telangana accent with him.
Right.
So also, before going to Anand, I went to so many actors, small and big, so many actors. I narrated this story and I wanted to cast them in, but see, for this kind of movie, their attitude also matters, right? Because it is not a hero centric movie.
Yes.
Actors don't want that kind of movies. Actually, they want them in the center stage. This is not a hero centric movie, and this is not a conventional movie also, where we have that regular beat points, where regular drama. So it's very experimental. At the same time, they are foregoing their center stage. So we need to have an actor who believes the story and who is ready to do it for the story, and who blends in with the world very well, without any baggage. So that is a tough spot, very niche way to find that kind of actors, and Anand was ready to do that. Only thing he had to do was to practice that accent, and that too he has put in so much effort. He personally came to me for 2 months, daily 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. He till today he knew the script from first page to last page, because he had read some 20-30 times with the accent. He used to record it, so he has put in so much effort.
Right.
So that's what got where I got convinced. Okay, that effort is what needed actually at the end of the day. See, when we were writing Sandhya's character, we didn't have that it will become this fantastic character, because we didn't visualize Varsha playing it right.
Right.
So when Varsha came on board and she played that character, it became something different altogether.
Right. Right.
She has that ability to grab any language within few days. She knows some 7 to 8 languages actually, and she learned Telugu even before we started shooting. She knew Telugu. So only thing she had to do was to practice the accent, and she did it well enough, I think. So and she has that rare quality of expressing with eyes. She can do that. For Sandhya's character, that is very required, because she doesn't have much dialogues. She doesn't have much space to open up until the last part of the movie. So I wanted someone who can do that with their body language and expressions itself, and Varsha was the right choice for that.
And beautifully you captured those eyes in the Sandhya song also.
Mm-hmm.
About Anand's character and his relation with God. Whenever he is supposed to pray, he rejects it. Did you try to bring in that element? Character is atheist.
It was my personal feeling, because I don't believe in God.
Yes.
He's that kind of person who believes in himself more than anything else.
Many messages that you kept right throughout the movie. Like there is the element of public awareness in terms of throwing garbage, or Raghava tries to axe the same tree where under which he is actually living. U-turn, the concept of U-turn, wrong turn in Guntur, and in the climax, it coincidentally that's the one that causes the whole clash and everything. Are these conscious decisions that you make because you wanted to put some?
Some of them are conscious, some of them, it's not like a message one. It's like, it's interesting, right?
Right.
The tree part completely his idea, completely his brilliance.
Yeah, we never thought to give any messages to anything. Only the tree part, that also I didn't want it to come out as a message or something. Only thing I wanted to show is we belong to nature, right? We
It's very subtle. It's not at all deliberate. but it's working out
Yeah.
because it's blending with the story beautifully.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It just came to me that okay, this element adds more life, adds more warmth to the story. That's how.
Brilliant technical crew, starting from the cinematography. So Sunny Kurapati is the cinematographer. He's a 2 film old, and then Sweeker, he's a 1 film old. He's coming out of Care of Kanchalapalam. Ravi Teja is relatively experienced, but they're all young team, and they're coming out of these massive successes. So, what was the process for you to get them out of that world and get it into your world?
As you said, they are all very professional guys, and they're not inspired by this mainstream cinema, Telugu cinema. They have this exposure to the to world cinema, so it was actually a bit easy for them, for me to make them understand what I'm looking at. They knew, okay, this is that kind of cinema, this is what we have to do here. Few departments are generally are not mentioned much, but I want to mention them here. But generally art and sound design, and costumes,
Right.
these three departments are not getting noticed actually. I personally believe they did a wonderful job in this movie. Yeah, because see, for example, sound is done by Nagarjuna Talapalli. He brought in so much life to the world with the sound, from the first scene where we see like, you know, దేవుడు పాటలు పెట్టొచ్చు కదరా
Yeah.
అనగానే,
Right.
we see Rama Chilkamma type of devotional song.
Right.
Okay, that is very townish, right? In towns, we generally see that.
Right.
So this kind of additions, this kind of inputs are there throughout the movie. Actually,
Okay.
we generally tend to keep them in the environments. The sound just goes in the environment, right?
Right.
So, but subconsciously that adds much value to the narrative.
Right.
So he did a brilliant job. So whenever if you get time to watch the movie again, if you watch it again, observe these things: the sound and the art. Art is done by Vivek Annamalai garu. He's a very experienced art director, right from Devi Putrudu and Nuvastantani at times. Raghava builds his own hotel, right? That is a set we constructed actually. So that was so realistic that on the day of the first shoot, we were shooting there, and people passing by the road, they came and they were asking for tiffins.
Okay.
Any tiffin unda, idli unnaya.
But
So
interestingly, in your movie, nobody comes to eat, but in real life,
yeah,
they want.
in the real life shooting time, they came actually.
Right.
And also, if you see, most of the places we shot in real locations, but the art was a conscious. It should add something to the movie, right? See those articles behind, objects behind, the parachute bottles, the
Right.
Ashoka powders, and all of them already used,
Yeah.
because we don't have brand new things in our homes, right? So we need to get used items there. So there was so much detail that went into each and every frame. So I want to bring audience attention to these two departments also, and costumes also.
Yeah, beautiful. Really, everything is adding to the authenticity of your story, and they are contributing very well. From here on, if you want to see totally contrasting project from your duo, both Janardhan and you, which genre is the one you would pick other than this drama?
We're currently trying out on realistic commercial space. So the next one you can see, hopefully, would be like a period adventure comedy drama.
Period adventure comedy drama.
Set in 90s.
Thankfully, you both are on that frequency and the vibe, and we wish to see more areas that you guys explore and more beautiful stories from your duo. And congratulations once again. And thank you so much for doing this for Cinema Adda.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very nice talking to you.
Yeah, same here. Nice talking to you.